Kaboom! The Husker volleyball team reaches the Final Four. Wait, good job, Huskers, but we know that's not why you're here. Nebraska beats Creighton today, 94-75. A huge win for the Huskers. So glad that you're back with us. We'll be doing a short one here and hopefully getting on tomorrow with Jake and having an extended discussion. But I just wanted to bring you guys something tonight. So here we go. New intro music coming now.
Let's go Big Red.
I got posted with Jordy, man. Risky road.
We're going to change the podcast to normal if we ever get the tournament win.
So get ready to change that name.
Get ready to change the name. Quote from Nana Ackenton. I kind of thought when I talked to him at the scrimmage and he said that, I was like, well, Nana, are you going to see the floor that much? I don't know. But, man, he's become one of my favorite players on this team. I love how aggressive he is. Even today, he had that one, he dived on the ball or on the floor to get it. I love his rebounding. He had 4 rebounds today, even though he was 1 for 5 with 3 points. But he's been awesome. I love that he's able to shoot. And he's basically, I don't know if he's an elite defender, but kind of that 3-and-D wing, which a lot of teams don't have. But man, today the story was the starters. I was looking it up. I saw that Creighton's bench players only scored 12 tonight, and I was like, ooh, that's rough. But Nebraska only had 7 points from their bench, which is probably because they didn't play a lot. Our guys averaged over 30 minutes as starters, and they were very hot. Copeland had 11 points. Roby had 15, Palmer had 30, Watson had 13, and Thomas Allen had a career-high 18. And I think I might just start with Thomas Allen. He led the team in minutes tonight, and he was awesome. I've never seen him, not only was he pretty good from 3, 2 for 5, which was not great compared to the rest of the team today, but I'll take 40% any night. But even just saying that, that means he got 12 points elsewhere. And a lot of the times, I sometimes was thinking, man, he's too short to get into the lane and attack. But today he was falling into people and getting fouls called and going over people, falling away, shooting fadeaway layups. He looked awesome tonight. And I think he looked pretty good in the Minnesota game too. I can't remember exactly what his stats were or anything, but I remember kind of thinking he was on an upward trajectory as the season has gone on. So if we can get him going, that's just another guy, which I think is one of the things that we saw tonight and what I like about this team. Even though we're so experienced, we have a lot of guys who have room for potential. I think Palmer and Copeland maybe have they're kind of there, but almost every other guy on the team, Glenn hopefully can just keep it up, but Roby obviously has a lot of room to grow. He played pretty well tonight, 5 for 9, didn't make any threes, 0 for 2, but pretty good. Rebounding, he had 8 rebounds and 4 assists. That's pretty impressive, with 2 blocks as well. And he's been looking awesome with that Minnesota dunk, and he looked really great in the last game too. So, we all know how much potential he has. I really liked today. I had kind of been concerned about his ball handling, and he still had 3 turnovers, and a lot of that was because of that. But you could tell that he can overcome that. He had that one where he drove down and shot it with his left hand up off the glass, and I don't know, I just felt like I have a lot more confidence in him after this, even though I knew that he could really turn it on whenever, or not whenever he wanted, but at any time. I forgot to mention with rebounds and assists, Thomas Allen had 5 rebounds and 4 assists tonight, which, I mean, Palmer obviously had an awesome offensive game himself, but he somehow managed to score 30 without, he had 2 assists, kind of got them at the end, because I remember he didn't have any, at least with 7 minutes left in the game. He had 1 steal, no rebounds. I wonder how you end up with no rebounds. Guess maybe it was running down the floor. But if we thought that, who was it? Bollock, who was, 7 for 10 from 3, but as Miles said in the post game, he was 7 for 8. He was pretty good, but I'm assuming he's a pretty good 3-point shooter. Creighton came into the game shooting about 46%, and they actually shot worse than that. I think at the end they kind of hucks them up because they were shooting 50% most of the game. But that wasn't a super rare game for them compared to when James Palmer goes 6 for 7 from 3 after shooting. He probably came in shooting about 20 or 25% at the most. And so if you're a Creighton fan, you couldn't be happy about that. As a team today, we shot 52% from 3, which is pretty amazing, especially when Nana and Thomas Allen went 3 for 8, which is not bad. It's 37% above NBA league average, but the guys who really carried us were James with 6 for 7, Copeland was 2 for 4, Watson was 3 for 6, and Roby was 0 for 2. But yeah, we had just great shooting from everybody. We had mid-range 2s that we were just knocking down all the time, more shot in basketball, but if you make it, it's fine. I don't know about you guys, but the whole time when I was in the stands and the people I was sitting with, we were just going, what is going on? Because the Huskers were absolutely knocking down everything tonight. And that won't happen every game, but it always feels good when you that's probably the games where you can see the potential, and hopefully we can sustain that at least partially and get different guys going on different nights. And this time we just happened to have them all at the same time. Today was a good day for the Huskers, not only with our win, but with the teams we have played or will play in the future. The Big Ten had a good day. Michigan beat South Carolina, Michigan State beat Florida, Northwestern beat DePaul, even though they were down 15 points. They actually had to go on a 25-0 run there sometime in the second half. Illinois beat UNLV by 3, so I think that's their 3rd win. Go Illini. Penn State beat Colgate by 11. Indiana had another close one against Louisville, who's not a bad team. I looked them up. I can't remember who exactly they beat, but that one was nice. Rutgers lost to Fordham, so that one was the bad one, along with Wisconsin losing to Marquette in overtime. Wisconsin was ranked 12th. Marquette was unranked. I don't know. They're probably a decent team. They lost to them by 5. Minnesota beat Arkansas State, I believe, and Maryland, finishing that out, beat Loyola Chicago in a defensive dogfight 55-41. And other teams, Seton Hall today beat Kentucky in overtime after they hit a 3 with 1.7 seconds left or something. Kentucky was ranked, I think, 11th or 9th or something in there, and we obviously beat them by 20 in here a few weeks ago. But yeah, they hit a 3 to go up 3 in regulation with 1.7 seconds left, and Kentucky hit a half quarter to tie it up. They had foul trouble and stuff, and I think some guys were out, but somehow they managed to score 14 points in overtime and hit another, I think there were 8 seconds left on the clock. They hit a 3 at the end there, and Kentucky wasn't able to recover. They won by 1, which is a pretty big game for us. So overall, a great day for the Huskers and everybody we played. And we'll probably try to get a full real episode. We'll break down this game and obviously Minnesota, which still was a rough one on Wednesday night, I think. But just wanted to get this one out to you guys. We'll hopefully have that tomorrow for you. So thanks for listening. And we got a little less risky roads after not winning for 7 years against the Blue Jays. I looked this up on an Instagram post. Just keep going. Justin Bieber saying never say never that year. Spain won the World Cup in 2010. And the iPad, the original iPad, was created. So there are some fun facts on what happened the last time we beat the Blue Jays. Hopefully it's like the iPhone 11 will come out next time we beat them next year. But anyway, we still don't have that tournament win, so we are still risky roads.